I caught up with Terrance Ferguson last week. We'll hear from Jeffrey Basso later this week as well in that interview because I like what Jeff had to say. But T-Ferg had some pretty bold statements, and it was also just a fun chat. Here's what that sounded like.
Terrance, talk about the tight end room this year and also the evolution of that room over the years since you first got to Oregon when you were a true freshman all the way back in 2021.
Yeah. No, it's been a crazy transition, honestly. We started off with a lot of older dudes who were still playing football or other places, and it's really transformed. We have guys that have stayed like me and Pat, and now we have a young guy like Kenyon and Roger who are doing great jobs and really excite me and Patrick because we're building a legacy of Oregon tight ends. There's already been a good legacy of that with some guys like Ed Dixon, the Wilcox. There's a lot of people that have been great Oregon tight ends, and we're just excited because the guys below us are more talented than we are. So when they get that chance to be on the field and represent the Oregon tight end room, we're just super excited because they're in great hands. So it's really transformed, and this is probably one of the best rooms I've been a part of tight end room wise. Pat is playing the best football he's played, and then Kenyon, when he touches the ball, it's going to be electric, and I can't wait for people to see that because he deserves all the credit in the world. He's probably the best athlete on the team. And then a young guy like Roger who's coming in and working really hard. We have a lot of depth and a lot of players that can make plays.
Patrick Herbert over the last couple of years has kind of been the number 2 tight end right behind you. You said that you feel like he's playing the best football of his career. What do you feel like he's elevating going into this season?
I think he's elevating almost everything. I think he had his injuries, and you got to get back from that. It takes a while. It takes a while before you get comfortable and you get back to your normal self. But he's running way better routes than he's ever ran. He's blocking the best he has. And really, he might be overshadowed because of me, but that's not rightfully so because he's a great athlete, and he can go start for almost any program in the nation. He's an elite tight end, and he does a lot of elite things, blocking, catching the ball, and everything in between. So I'm really excited for him because he does deserve a lot of credit.
You were seen as a potential NFL draft prospect after this year and will be after this season, all likelihood as well, but you made the decision to come back to Oregon for your 4th year off of a first-team All-Pac-12 season. I think some people might have thought, it's the right moment to kind of capitalize on that momentum, go to the NFL draft. Why'd you come back to Oregon?
I came back, I wanted, that's my dream, was to go to the NFL, and it was right in front of me. I prayed about it, and it really was put on my heart to come back to Oregon. I feel like I have a lot of unfinished business with winning. I went to Oregon. I figured out to win a Pac-12 championship. Haven't done that, and I want to be in contention with the national championship. That'd be the first one in Oregon history, and I want my name in that column with everybody else. So all the guys that came back, we all kind of packed together and said we're going to come back, and that's how you win games. You have a lot of veteran guys come back, a lot of transfers that all have that same goal. And it's something I want to do. I'm super competitive, so I want to go win a national championship, and it's not a bad place to go back to. Oregon does it right. I love the coaches, love all my teammates, and I'm beyond blessed to even have the opportunity to make that decision. So I decided to come back, to win.
You talked about Kenyon Sadiq, and you said that he's more talented than you or Patrick Herbert. Certainly, he does things on the field that most tight ends can't do. For this season, though, what do you see his role being in your guys' room?
Yeah, no, I think he's going to have a role this year even. I think we're just going to try and get him the ball any way we can. That's handoffs, whatever way he can touch the ball. I told some people he might even kick the ball. Just he's that good of an athlete. When he touches the ball, special things happen. I've seen him hurdle people standing up. I've seen him run by anybody, and he never gets tackled by the first person. So I'm super excited for him because I think he's going to get a little taste of that this year, and I think some people are going to open their eyes when, wow, that kid touches the ball. It's special.
Have you played the new EA College Football 25 football game yet?
I have.
Have you thrown the ball to yourself 10 times in a game yet, or what was your first experience?
Probably more than 10 times in a game. I've lost some games to my brothers because I just force-feed myself the ball to a fault. I have great statistics, but probably thrown a couple interceptions on Dylan's part, trying to force-feed me the ball. But
have you played against Dylan yet?
No, we kind of mess around in the little hospitality lounge. but I haven't really played against him. But it's just surreal, man. It's such a blessing to be a part of that.
What are you most looking forward to this season?
I'm just looking forward to being able to play with my brothers one more time. It's kind of like the last little hurrah. Guys like Jeff, who me and him have been through a lot together. Some other guys who stuck it out, and then just new guys who have been able to get really close with in the short amount of time that they've been there. I think that's really just my last little bit of college football, and I'm excited to go out in a great way.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.
His praise for Kenyon Sadiq filled me with joy, because ever since he was recruited to Oregon and committed to Oregon, I have been the self-appointed president of the Kenyon Sadiq fan club. And I'm not the only person in the club. I'm just appointing myself to that particular role. I won in a landslide election running unopposed with a 1-0 vote victory. How about that? So I think that Sadiq is so unique. Oh, gosh. I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. Kenyon Sadiq is a very special football player in that he is able to do so many different things for your offense that other tight ends just can't. I mean, you look at his athletic profile, and he already proved that he's capable of blocking a year ago, at least at the college level for a true freshman. Did a solid job. You can throw him fade routes in the end zone. That's just not something a lot of Oregon receivers have been able to say over the years, but he can do that. You get him the ball in open space, yeah, you can run. You line him up in the backfield, you can run him in the flat, or you just hand him the football, let him run. This is kind of the modern tight end, the Kyle Pitts, the Brock Bowers types, and I think it's great for Oregon to have that sort of guy. And to hear him say, he could be better than all of us, my eyes lit up. Like, you can't see me there because I'm behind the camera asking him questions, but my eyes lit up. And I went into full-blown think about what could be in 2025. I love what Oregon can be in 2024, but I'm always thinking down the road as well. It's just kind of in my nature at this point. But I think his upward potential is really, really high. It is all conference. It is NFL caliber stuff. He'll have a bigger role this year, but Oregon needs to keep him around and let him know you're the number one guy for 2025. Because T. Ferg, sure, he's just being humble. T. Ferg is an NFL guy himself. He's very tall. Now, I'm very short, so that contributes to it. But, Bossa and Gabriel were there. They're, bigger than me, of course. T. Ferg is very, very tall. He looks the part. That's an NFL guy. And for him to say Sadiq could be better than all of us, that is some really, really high praise. And I think athletically, he has the potential as well. Let me know your thoughts in the YouTube comments. We got so much to get to this week. The season's hilariously close. In the best sense. It is so incredibly close. We're like 1 month away from Oregon football. Cannot wait. Appreciate everyone listening. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and go Ducks.